Hey, welcome Speedway fans to Speedway Chat Live, coming to you this Friday night from a cool and wet Southern California. Boy, am I looking forward to spring and summer coming soon. I know we've needed rain here in Southern California and all within the West, but I'm done with it. I don't know about you. I hear Eddie Castro's building a raft out there in Ojai just to get out of his place. He's living on that ranch out there in Ojai. I think he's building a ranch. Anyway, I'm your host, Ken McKinney, your Extreme Speedway Racing Action XSRA.TV producer. Thanks for joining me on this episode 16 of Speedway Chat Live. On today's podcast, we're going to go over a bunch of Speedway news, all of our most popular tracks in Southern California and up in Northern California, NorCal, where they've got a whole bunch of snow. They've released their summer schedules, and we're going to be able to chat live and in person with one of America's most exciting speedway racers, number 24, Gino the G-Man Manzares. All that and more, so stay tuned.
XSRA TV, watch Speedway, Southern California, yeah!
All right, welcome Speedway fans. Did you like that picture? Team USA won it, and Team USA versus the world. We're going to be talking to Gino Manzares about that event coming up very soon. But if you like what you're seeing here on YouTube and Facebook, please take the time to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I have 1,797 subscribers. I only need 3 more of you lovely Speedway fans, and I got 1,800 subscribers. That is really good for Speedway, for American Speedway. The whole world really watches that channel, but hardly anybody wants to subscribe. I just need 3 more of you people. Please, just 3 more. Anyway, you can follow us on XSRA on our Facebook page as well. I also got an Instagram page where I post a bunch of pictures, and I got a Twitter handle. XSRA TV. Just go in there and complain about anything you want. That's what Twitter is all about anyway. Just lots of people complaining. Anyway, come in and complain about me. I don't mind. Also, if you're receiving any follow-up requests from my XSRA.TV Facebook page, please subscribe. Click the follow. I need your subscriptions there too. I got about 1,300 people. I'd really like to get about 2,000 people. I know there's got to be more than 1,300 Facebook fans out there that like Speedway, and I know there's got to be more than 2,000 YouTube watchers and people that like Speedway and what I'm putting together for everybody to see. So let's get into some Speedway stuff. First of all, I want you to know, as I say each and every time I do this podcast, I get all my Speedway information from speedwaybikes.com. It is hosted by this guy right here. That is RC Jones. He is the host of the speedwaybikes.com. It's full of race reports, race biographies, Speedway races. It tells you about all kinds of things. If you want to look up a guy who's a Speedway racer, guaranteed he's got that information there. All things American Speedway. It's a great site, and I recommend this site for everybody else in Speedway. You see, this is an updated site right here. And you see that little green line right there? Well, that's a little bit of sad Speedway news I want to give you right now. Steve Evans was going to throw his Winter Olympique, as he calls it, the Winter Olympique that was scheduled for tomorrow, March 11th at KCRP's dirt track. Well, it's been canceled due to the weather. Have you noticed it's been raining up here? It's been raining down here in Southern California. He had this beautiful track all groomed and everything and ready for everybody. But Bakersfield has been raining like cats and dogs. And by now, it's got to be a pond in the middle of the track. And I know that Fast Eddie Castro, he doesn't care. He'd like to be there racing jet skis in the middle of that track. That guy races all the time. But right now, there's not going to be anything there for March 11th. So you're just going to have to cool your heels, folks, and watch Speedway Racing on XSRA.TV's YouTube channel and share it with your friends. It's great for the man cave, and you can introduce people to the sport. Right now, Evans has still got scheduled his doubleheader for the KCRP dirt track on Saturday, April 1st. No fooling. I know it's April Fool's, but Evans isn't fooling around with that. He's going to have a big doubleheader race. It'll be Speedway at 2:30 in the afternoon, and then flat track at 6:30 or 4:30, however he's going to do that. It'll be flat track directly following. For more information on that race and more, go to KCRP's Dirt Track and Paris Raceway's Facebook page, and you can find out more about all that. Now for some good news. Some good news. Are you guys prepared for this? I hope you are, because coming this summer, starting in April, Costa Mesa Speedway's Rad Brad Oxley and Jaylene Oxley have released their 2023 summer schedule. Summer Speedway schedule, that is. They'll be opening their summer season on April 22nd with their spring classic, the Jack Milne Cup. All the best Speedway racers in the nation will be there for opening night, and you should too. I might put a few race highlights together from that evening, but nothing, absolutely nothing beats being at the track. And that, especially that track, because that's where all American World Speedway champions have come from, like Bruce Penhall and Sam Ermolenko and Billy Hamill and Greg Hancock. And Greg Hancock only lives around the block from there. But I don't think he's there right now. I understand he's up in Poland, freezing his tush off with everybody else because it's cold in Poland right now. Anyway, that is going to be a great time out there for everybody out at Costa Mesa Speedway. I know you're looking forward to it just as much as I am. And it's going to be a great time. But speaking of that track, can't not talk about any other tracks. Another track like Industry Hills Speedway. Kelly Inman is opening it up again for his 2023 season. The 100th year of Speedway is going to be off the hook, and Kelly's got a full complement, full schedule of races. This is what I've got. He hasn't put out anything fancy. Maybe Howie can help him out with that. But he'll be opening up on Saturday, June 3rd. You know, I've not spoken with Kelly Inman yet, but I believe it's probably better for some Speedway fans to get to his events on Saturdays rather than Wednesday evenings because just the traffic and everything. But Wednesdays are a great time to be there as well. But more power to him, you know. The sport needs more fans, and if Saturdays is the best time to race when Costa Mesa isn't running, I think more people can get into the track, and all that much better. Like I said, I might put some highlights together for the YouTube, but again, nothing beats getting and being at the races, seeing the races, smelling the races, hearing the races, and then going back in the pits and meeting the racers. So anyway, I'll try to get Kelly on in a future podcast to discuss his plans. But more information on his plans, check industryhillspeedway.com and follow his Facebook page at Industry Racing. All right. And now up there in NorCal, they got a whole bunch of snow up there. Dave has been socked in up there at Fast Fridays. He's posted up a few pictures. And you think it's cold down here in Southern California. It's freezing up there in NorCal. So they put up their Speedway racing schedule. He's got a new schedule for the summer, and they're looking forward to opening up on May 12th. So you got Speedway opening up in Costa Mesa In April, you got you got Evans running his Speedway flat track on April 1st, no fooling. And then you got Costa Mesa opening up on the 22nd. And then in May, you've got Fast Fridays opening up on May 12th. And then you've got Kelly Inman opening up in June. And that means it's going to be a great summer for all of us Speedway fans in California and throughout the world. For all you Northern California Speedway fans from San Francisco to Sacramento, Reno, Nevada, and all other locations, even if you're from SoCal and want to make a weekend retreat, I said weekend retreat up there to Auburn. It's very beautiful, gold country, and I'm sure it's going to be beautiful after all this rain and water. The trees are going to be great. It's smelling of pine. Oh my God, that's great. Nothing compares to the smelling of methanol burning, but second is the pine trees up there, right, Dave? So get your asses to the track. All right, so check their website at fastfridays.com and follow their Facebook page at Fast Fridays. And I think you can see that right up there, Fast Fridays Motorcycle Speedway. I'm still waiting to hear from Champion Speedway. I think Jason's still going to be putting his Speedway schedule together, but it's cold over there right now, and they're probably not thinking about anything else except cutting firewood. But I'll let you know more about that as time goes on. But something a little different I saw on Howie Zechner's Facebook page today. Just today, I was looking at it, and there's a group called Extreme Flat Track out of Texas. They're rolling out their 2023 race season, and they'll be including a Speedway program. Hey, Texas, you got your ears on? Contact me at xsra.tv and xsra.tv and Facebook and contact me. I want to talk to you a little bit about what you're trying to do. Imagine that, Speedway in Texas. It sure would be I bet you they got a lot of land for some big tracks out there and some big grass tracks out there. There's a lot of good that can happen if Texas opens up a Speedway track. I'll have more information on that if they'll get in touch with me. I'll try to follow them on their Facebook page, and maybe I can get somebody from Texas on a Speedway Chat Live podcast in the future. But I'll let you know more about that as the time comes on. So lots to look forward to in the coming months as Speedway in the United States gets going for 2023, the 100th year of motorcycle Speedway racing in the world, and it's just going to be exciting. Now, last podcast, we spoke with our Luke Becker, NorCal's Luke Becker, our Speedway son that has been racing overseas for a number of years. And as I let you know in the last podcast, and as he told, he went to Europe, and he's now in Denmark getting ready to race with Fabulosa de Leon Gora. I don't know how to speak Danish, but I hope I didn't kill the word. But their Speedway team has many posts on their Facebook page. And they were all dressed up, getting ready they got a team effort. They got this bong there, and they were taking hits. No, they won't. That's not a bong. That's a didgeridoo from Australia. And I guess one of the guys who went to Australia brought that, and they were all hitting on it. I mean, blowing on it and having a good time. And it's really good to have Luke Becker over there having a good time. Let's take a look at him right here. And he was just having a good time. And actually, I went on their Facebook page, and I found that, I went on over to their website, and I found a little thing where they were asking Luke Becker about how he feels about being there. Let's check this out.
Luke, how do you enjoy this event so far?
Yeah, it's been good. Having all the sponsors here is, nothing but good for the club. Everywhere I've been, this is probably definitely the most professional. I've seen things be ran, and so far so good.
What can you say about 60 hours with Falubas and about Falubas camp?
It was good. We had a lot of training. It was a good bonding session with the team and all the boys. It seems like we all get along really good, and yeah, it was a good week of training and all around meeting everybody in the club. This is, of course, my first season with everybody in the team, so it's getting to know everybody, and I'm looking forward to the season.
Yeah, that's it. Congratulations, Luke, on making it over there to the team and doing their 60 hours of training with the team. I believe their first match will be this March 21st, and they'll be meeting a team from Poland called Lezenzo. Lesno from Poland. I'll do my best to keep you updated on that, but I'll probably find out more from Darius. Darius, if you're listening, thank you so much. Thank you so much for keeping everybody informed about all the racing that is going on in Europe. I really appreciate it, and just thank you so much. I'll just say it in Russian, spasiba. I don't know if that transfers over to Polish, but what the heck. Darius Zaruski is the Howie Zuckner of Speedway over there. He keeps everybody informed with all the racing and everything. But speaking of racing overseas, let's get into our featured guest today. He's getting ready for his trip back to the big leagues on a team in Sweden. He's one of our favorite racers over here on Speedway Chat Live. This is his second appearance, Gino the G-Man Manzares. If you watched a little bit of some of the highlights that I had, my little race reports from USA versus the World, you might have seen the event number 9. Let's just play event number 9. Gino was a madman. He threaded the needle. Like I'm still impressed whenever I watch that. Let's check this out. Heat 9 was going to be a burner. Billy Gennaro and Gino Manzares on Team USA against Adam Ellis and Kyle Legault for the World Team. The World Team truly in peril if they don't start to score points now. But Billy Gennaro and Gino Manzares were not going to let them have any chance at that. Tape up, and it was an even start with Gennaro off the wall in lane 4 on the outside. Ellis in the lead, Legault in second. Gennaro way off on the outside, found some kind of grip. Into turn 4, Gennaro screaming in the second behind Legault. In the back straight, into turn 3, Gennaro on the outside. Almost losing it into turn 4, Gennaro wheelies into lap 2 and the lead. Legault and Ellis in second and third, Manzares behind. These guys are flying. Manzares finds grip and gets into the mix. Gennaro into lap 4. In the back straight, Manzares threads the needle between Legault and Ellis. Turn 4, inside of Legault, Manzares. Gennaro wins, Ellis second, Manzares from nowhere in third, and Legault in fourth. Manzares down after the race, gets up and gets applause from the pits. 4 points for Team USA, 2 points for the World Team. Team USA is now back up by 6 points. The score now is Team USA 30 points, the World Team 24 points. That's an XSRA.TV race recap on YouTube. Fantastic racing from Gino, the G-Man Manzares. Let's bring him in right now. Hey, there's Gino coming from us from, well, you're in Costa Mesa right now, right?
Yep, right here next to the fairgrounds.
Fantastic. Hey, everybody, Gino Manzares is, let me post something here from you on my Speedway bikes. Well, how are you doing in the rain? What are you doing over there? You staying dry?
Yeah, just working in the warehouse 6 to 4 every day, just staying busy, just doing what you got to do, but also preparing for a great year ahead.
Fantastic. Everybody, Gino Manzares' information I got from speedwaybikes.com. You can look at it too. He started racing in 2003 as a junior and turned professional in 2009. And he's been a member of Team USA several different times. He's a former MMA fighter. He's raced on tracks, all the tracks he could race in his generation in California. And he's raced overseas. And your goal, Gino, is to become a world speedway champion, right?
Of course, that's always been our goal since we were kids. But main thing is not only that is I really want to bring home a world title with Team USA. I want to bring Team USA, be a part of bringing back Team USA back on the map.
Well, you know, you are a team player. I've told you that numerous times just by yourself. But let's hear what about 10 years ago, about 2012, I did a little quick interview with Brad Oxley, and I was asking about racers and young racers at the time, because you're only 29 years old. You're about 19 about that time. Let's hear what Brad Oxley had to say about you. Come on. Oh, let me see. Arr. Huh. He didn't have anything to say. I guess Brad got shy. That guy's never shy. All right. But he said some really good things about you. I mean, I was very impressed. But you are a team player. I've watched you through the years race and the scratch races, but nothing impressed me more than in 2020 when Evans was running the pairs races out there at Paris. Remember when everything was shut down and the only place we could run for the COVID was out in Paris? Let me play something from that 2020 pairs race right here so people can see what a team player you are. All right, hang on. Welcome back, Speedway fans, to ExtremeSpeedwayAction.com's exclusive coverage of the AMA National Pairs Championship. This is the beginning of Block 2 of the 7 block events here at Paris Speedway. We're going to give you some of the highlights of the next few blocks, and we'll release the scores at the end of this part before going into the main event. In Heat 5 were the veteran pair of Fast Eddie Castro and Brad Sauer to meet up with Manzares and Fox. Fox, having broken the tape in the first block, would have to be careful and have a good run in this heat to help his partner. Fox and Manzares had a great start to take the lead. Castro and Sauer paired up nice together, but at the end of the second lap with a comfortable lead, Fox pulled out with a flat tire. Manzares would take the win with another 3 points, but his partner was not having a good night.
What happened to your bike?
Flat tire.
You got
flat rear, yeah.
Oh man,
It's just a bummer, man. I got a partner that's super hungry and riding very well, and feel like I'm letting him down. This sucks. Hopefully we can turn it around and get some better luck.
I think we were a couple points shy, but it is what it is. Like I said in the beginning, just gotta go with it, run, keep going hard.
Heat 20 of the match, Gino Manzares and Aaron Fox, who had been climbing in points, were going against Brock Nickel and Luke Becker. Within just 2 points of tying the Young Wolves, what Manzares and Fox needed was a win to tie and a second place to pass them on the leaderboard. On the inside lane, Manzares led into the hole shot, into turn 2, and he poured it on, with the rocket Luke Becker right on his back tire. But Becker just couldn't get his bike to wind out to catch the fighter Gino Manzares, who was a man on a mission. Manzares would get the win, and because Becker pulled out for a DNF, he got a 0. Nickel would get 2 points, and Fox won. This would let Manzares and Fox tie the Young Wolves with 20 points each and hope for the finals. At the end of Block 5, on the high side of the scoreboard, it would be Gennaro and Rummel. That was a great event. You were a great team player, and I guess when you race over in Europe, that's mainly what a lot of racing is a lot of team racing. Is that right?
Yeah, 90% of the racing overseas is more team events, and we do have individuals here and there, but yeah, mainly it's all team.
So, what is the name of the team that you signed with? Can you let us know?
Yeah, I'll be racing for Vetlanda this year.
Vetlanda, and I want to congratulate you for getting onto Speedway Star. This is my copy of Speedway Star. Oh wow, look at how that keys through there. Anyway, my copy is Speedway Star, which is actually Speedway's Rolling Stone magazine. How many of these did you get for your mom? I mean, I'm sure she's got like 10 of these for herself, right?
Uh, Not really sure, to be honest.
Well, she can't have this one. It's mine. It's mine. You hear that, Suzette? Anyway, I mean, you've been racing for a long time. What was your inspiration for getting involved in racing in 2003? How did that come about?
My parents actually took me to Maley's Ranch right around the corner from the house, and we had a friend of ours racing, and then he actually had a child racing as well, and they loaned me a bike. And for my 10th birthday, it's just all I wanted to do, and still to this day, everything, everything in my heart.
Well, you sure give it. You sure pour your heart out on the track, and you came back from a devastating injury in 21, and I could not believe you were making it out back at the track in just like 5 months. There's a lot of, if not physical fortitude, mental fortitude, right?
Yeah, that's the one thing is it was unfortunate what happened, but the past is the past now, and just done everything but stride forward and not look back.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe you're one of them forward-looking individuals, and it really shows. You had a really good season last season. You're after coming back like that, and you got a couple third places. I think in round two of the AMA National Championship, and a couple races over there at Industry Hills. I know that you bested Max Romo in one of them races over there. I mean, you and Max and a bunch of guys at your age. I've been racing for a long time. What's it like racing with all those guys as you come along from gumball rallies to now?
To be honest, it just feels the same. It's just Speedway's more of a family sport here in the States. Everybody knows each other. Everyone's so close. It's it's just a good environment, but to further progress in this sport, you have to go overseas and get your feet wet and go from there. You only learn so much racing the small circles.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the big leagues. I call Europe the big leagues, and it's actually what you need to do in order to progress. I have got a picture here with you at an event, Team USA event, right here. You got Tyson in there. You got Fast Eddie Castro, a number of other guys in there. What event was this? And can you remember? I think Gage Geis is in there. Can you remember that?
It looks like the dream team with yeah, the dream team, probably Birmingham, I'm guessing.
That
Um,
2012.
yeah, it's been a while. But I've been going over there since I was 16. I remember when I just turned 16, and I got on a flight and spent 6 months in England with close family friends over there, and just stayed just stayed hungry and wanted to keep going back and back and back.
And I got another picture right here. This must have been another Dream Team event. I see you there with Billy Gennaro, and I see Ricky up there at top, Ricky Wells, and this looks like a big world event right here. Can you remember what
Yeah,
this one was?
that's definitely not a dream team event. That's definitely a Team USA. I believe that was winning our qualifying rounds to make it in. Um, and yeah, I just remember that being a big step forward for Team USA, and was awesome to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, how are the crowds over there? I know our crowds here can be very good, but a lot of people don't realize how big those stadiums are and how many seats those fill up, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's more known around the world. Outside of USA, Speedway is very is well known,
Yeah.
but
So, Yeah. So when you're walking around and you're this speedway racer and nobody really understands the importance of the sport, uh, if anybody asks you, what do you tell them? What do you tell them that you do?
Race motorbikes with no brakes. Try to keep it simple, but most of the time when I'm at work or if I'm just walking around doing normal day to day stuff and somebody comes up and speaks to me, the first thing they notice is my ugly ears. So then we get talking about MMA and fighting and things like that. So it's not much people really know what speedway is. So that's why I just say bikes with no brakes doing circles. So that's basically the simplest way you can put it here in the States. But other than that, it's just mainly all the questions about the ears and things like that.
I remember about your ears. I was talking to your mom about that, and she's like, "I hate what that MMA has done to his ears." And I've looked. If people look at some of the past stuff that Mark and I have posted, you can see a young Gino at 19 years old, and his ears are pretty. Now they're all MMA'd out, cauliflowered out. But that's the price of wrestling like that, right?
Yeah, that comes just with time on the mats and things like that. But it definitely they definitely kicked in once I started taking it to the point where I was at. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I remember I see you get to your trying to weigh in for a qualifying to qualify for a round, and you'd lose a lot of weight. Did that ever? Um, I know you've given up MMA to concentrate on Speedway. That's what I got out of the Speedway Star and talking to you personally. But uh, what was it like to give up all that weight? And did that give you? Did you lose stamina?
not really. I think the hardest thing is to focus or to make the decision on what sport I'm really going to put everything into. Because as a kid, probably made every mistake in the book and had to come home and do a lot of growing up. And speedway and racing, or speedway and MMA, are the only two things that I've ever done in my life. And I came to a point where I was trying to become a multi-sport athlete and do two professions at once, and we made it happen. I would weigh in, go down to Vegas, weigh in on a Thursday. I'd fight Friday, and I'd be back at Costa Mesa racing on a Saturday. So that's probably what you're talking about, seeing me very thin, and
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
would have
There's
to lift
one.
25 to 30 pounds every time to make the weight class.
I don't know how you did it. There was one time you showed up and you were so thin. I think you were about 137 or something. And I thought, well, that'll make him fast on the bike. But for me, I didn't know how much stamina you would have on you and stuff. But then you told me that you gained what? You gained that all back in the next day or so. It was all water.
Yeah, I believe my last fight was I weighed in at 135, and then 24 hours later I weighed 158. So that's what happens, and what people don't realize is that's why everyone cuts so much weight, is because if I were to go and try to compete at my natural weight at 155, these guys are ginormous. So
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, they're big.
in this sport, you're kind of forced to, and well, in MMA, you're kind of forced to go down in weight. And
Sure.
but at the end of the day, it's just so unhealthy and it's not fun. I didn't feel my best when I get down to that low weights, and my father always wanted me to go heavier and heavier, but I just never was a muscle guy who I don't like lifting weights, so just I kept small, and the only weight class is around or 35s or 45s, and even at 145 is 10 pounds less than my body weight, but the guys are coming down from like 200 pounds.
Oh, yeah. And they got all
They,
that mass too, right?
and that's the thing. You weigh in 24 hours later, you get it all back, and it's a science. It's a science to how that sport goes. And yeah, I'm just ready to put that behind me and just focus on my true goals and everything I want to do in life.
Yeah, well, I'm appreciative of you're trying to do two sports, but like I had mentioned to you in another conversation, you can be married to one thing, but if you take on a mistress, something there is going to go wrong, not right, not
It's
wrong,
it's
but
a fight
not
you lose.
right. And you can't have a mistress in a marriage. And so if you're going to marry yourself to anything, you marry to one sport and Speedway. And I think you'll have a heck of a lot longevity in Speedway because you got Boogaloo out there and he's what, 66 this year? He's still racing, you know? I mean, and what's that like? Who was your main inspiration? Who was your one of your big main inspirations out there?
Growing up, my entire life is always Greg Hancock, Billy Hamill. Of course, those are the two guys we've all looked up to, and we all continue to look up to. And of course, Sam Ermolenko as well. Just and Bruce Pennell. Bruce Pennell is. I had the blessing when I was young to work with him at a really young age, and man, I would give anything up to have that chance now. But hey, it's life, and just gotta enjoy the blessings when you have them, and hold on to them when you do.
I understand. What about that Billy Gennaro? I mean, Billy Gennaro is an icon for American Speedway racing, most winningest racer for national championships.
Yeah, and man, Billy J is the man. He's by far the best USA's has, especially the accomplishments he has. I don't see anybody beating that record.
Yeah,
But
you're constantly chasing that guy. I know. And then being on a team with him, that race that I showed you in race 9. I know I mentioned a lot about Billy because he was just off the hook, and you were back there sizing up those world team members. Is that how you come across? I mean, are you watching like, okay, wait, which one of these guys is going to make a mistake? You just let Billy lead and let them race them, and then you just, like I said, thread the needle from out of nowhere.
And it's always different. If you line up to the tapes and you're thinking about what you got to do or what you will do, you're going backwards. Everything needs to be right out, like what is it? Like second nature. Everything has to come naturally without even thinking. If you're thinking about what you're going to do into the first corner, might as well pack it up and go home.
So you're just thinking, right? Actually, I know you guys are just thinking that instant right then and there. It's like playing music. You don't think about anything else. You think about what's going on right then and there. And that's got to be a very Zen type of feeling for you.
Yeah, in that race, that Heat 9, I believe that was one of my bad races on the night, but still, it is what it is.
It was impressive to me, man. I thought it was impressive, because you came from in the middle of those two guys who were trying to catch Billy, and they weren't even thinking about you, and you're like, at 4. Well, I asked you about racing against Billy and some of your inspirations, but you've also been helping out some of the younger racers. You last season, I know that, and the season before last, you were helping out young Johnny Oakton from New York, which really enhanced his racing. He's coming around. What was that? What's that like coaching these young guys? And I'll get into your speed school last week a little bit later, but helping out a young guy like Johnny become a better racer when he comes out here just for that purpose.
To be honest, I just feel I always wanted to do what I wish could have been happening when I was younger. Having a big brother figure and having someone to keep it real with you and tell you the stuff you don't want to hear, but actually point you in the right direction. So that's all I try to do is keep positive, and it's a blessing because at the same time, like when you're inspiring others, I inspire myself as well. I don't like. There's nothing better than to see people progress and helping people. So that's just one thing I love to do.
So Johnny will be racing on his own mainly since you're going to be gone. But if he gave you a call and asked you, Gino, what should I do here or there, you'd probably be there to help him out, right?
Yep, absolutely. There's a few of them that know that I'm just a phone call away. And I know earlier last year or later on in the year when he went back up to do some racing in New York, he knew to call me. Yeah, he called me in the middle of the night while he was in the pits, and I offered to. Well, I suggested some changes for him to try, and then went out and did exactly that, and did great.
Well, that's great. You're an inspiration for him. But tell me about that speed school you had last week out there at out there at Paris Raceway. You went out there and you taught you helping some kids, and even Aaron Fox was out there helping you.
Yeah, no. So it's just been a practice day that I've been trying to arrange for as much as I can for everybody, and that's the thing. We don't have a track to go and pull up to on a weekend to go out and ride. So any chance we have to get on to Paris and put together something like that is really good. It was more of just a practice day, but while we were out there. Helping out a couple newcomers into the sport, helping out guys like Michael Wells, Justin Allman, and even the youngsters and stuff. That it's like I keep saying, it's what I really like to do, and I really enjoy it, and it motivates me and lights a fire under my butt a little bit more.
Yeah, you helping Justin out, and I know Michael. He's so fast himself, but he's a little lanky in that respect. Brad Oxley lanky, but Justin, he really needs a little bit more help, right? I mean, he's got it, but there's just something I think he needs to just come up on, right?
It all takes time. That's the thing. Everybody's their own bottle of wine, right? The wine ages on its own pace. Like sometimes it just takes time, and that's one thing. So I wouldn't say he needs to do anything but just continue just keeping a smile on his face and just plug away.
Yeah, keep working on it. Well, some of the people that you've been racing against forever have been watching you come up, and I'm sure they're very impressed with you. I wish I was able to play that clip that Brad Oxley was talking about you, because he was saying you're coming along. You had a few different obstacles in your way, but you're able to work through them. And that's the big thing, that you're a forward-thinking individual, and that's what it takes, I guess, in all aspects of what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, they say you got to put your mind into one thing and really stick to it, and it was one thing that I overlooked. That's why I was trying to balance both sports and everything. But after the end of 2021, I took this year full time with racing all the tracks and traveling and trying to get the most meetings out of everybody here in the States. And I really feel like it's coming to light now, especially going into this season. So it's just blessings on blessings.
Yeah, you've raced most of the tracks, and last season you're trying to get a track championship up there at Fast Fridays. What is it you might like about Fast Fridays as opposed to like some of the Southern California tracks?
You got a different track every night, and it's always good racing. That's Billy J's, Louis, Hamill's up there. Everybody. You have a really solid group of guys and solid group of racers up there. So it's always good to not just keep it in Southern California. You got to get out. And I suggest if anybody is really trying to make this happen, they got to race every track every night. Yeah. You got to be consistent. You have to just stay hungry and just know you have to race all the tracks all the time and get as much seat time as you want. To really feel the progression, and things might not click right away. Like I didn't feel like things clicked the majority of the year. All last year, I didn't feel like it was clicking, and then the start of this year, it just it really started. Well, towards the end of the year, it really started, and now I'm just trying to hold on to that feeling.
Yeah, and it probably feels good that you were signed by this team. Tell me a little bit about that team. What do you know about them, and what you're going to be going into?
I just know Vetlanda is probably one of the most biggest and well-known sports or clubs in Sweden. I know they have many of top league titles, and unfortunately, they went through a financial situation the year of COVID, and so they came down to the second league. So we're starting in Allsvenskan League at the start of the year, and hopefully bring them back up to the Elite League in the next 1 to 2 years.
Well, I definitely think you're one of them racers that can help them do that, and you'll definitely make a name for yourself in the process. But speaking of riders that you've rode with in the past, I've got a racer right here that I always bring him in at the end of the show. He's one of the premier old men racers in the sport. It is Fast Eddie
Hey,
Cashman.
how you doing? How's it going?
Yeah.
You know,
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, dude?
Good. How are you, bud?
See ya, hanging in there,
Yeah.
having some rough patches, but I'm dealing with it.
How's that raft you're building out there?
You know, it's getting ready, man. I tell you, it's going to be race ready. The way the rivers are going around here.
Right. Well, I was asking you if you would join, and you said you didn't know if you would. You got some issues and stuff, and we won't necessarily talk about those. But I asked you to tell me something about Gino, and Gino, Eddie told me about the junior nationals out in Auburn one year where he picked you up in a dually. Tell me about that.
We were using Mark Adams' Julie, and we took Gino up to the junior nationals that one year. Yeah.
How was that, Gino?
That was way back, huh?
Way back. Way back. But talk about Speedway legends. I don't think that you will find a better man than Fast Eddie.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
The things you've been through and the things you're still continuing to get on the bike and do and still can ride the way you do, it should inspire you. Inspire me and should be inspiring a lot of others. So people need to really take notes and understand that talk about heart, that Fast Eddie's got it.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Right on.
Yeah.
I'm still having some issues with a psoriatic arthritis in my hands. They keep swelling up and they're looking like hamburger, but they're working on it. Doctors are working on it, and some other family issues going on Ken knows about. It's really playing with my mind right now. I don't want to go there with that on here, but so hopefully we'll all get through this, and then keep on keeping on. Next, hoping for the opening night at Costa Mesa. That'll be probably the next ride.
Well, Gino won't be there, so you won't have to worry about him, right?
Oh yeah, he's going overseas. Geez, good luck with everything over there. I wish you the best over there, and keep your head down and keep going for it, Gino. You can do it.
That's exactly what the plan is, to just keep my head down and just keep working hard.
Right on. You go for it, brother.
Thank you, buddy.
You can do it. I know you can do it, dude.
Really appreciate you.
Right on.
I mean, let me show this picture right here. You with Lance and Dylan and Brock and Luke. This was what is a World Team Cup that you went out and raced in?
I believe that night was, I think we did like a practice meeting getting ready for the World Cup.
Nice.
I think that was, I don't want to mess up the names or anything, but I do remember, having a practice meeting and just shake the cobwebs off and just get us comfortable and going into the World Cup.
Well, a bunch of you guys are young cubs right there. What was it like having Lance King as your manager for that event?
Yeah, it was really cool. It's always good to have somebody with the knowledge he has and the knowledge that the older generation do have. So it's always good to work with them. Right.
I lost you. Where'd you go?
Oh, you're there. Anyway, I know that Eddie's raced around Lance King in the past and stuff, and all the veterans that stay within the sport really give that longevity. I don't want to ask how long you'll be in the sport, Gino, but I think you'll have a long, nice career in this sport as you keep going, and we want to see you bring home some gold from Europe. And I know that while you'll be away, you will be in Sweden, and they probably do a little bit of fishing out there. But I know that one of your other passions is fishing. Tell us a little bit about that. Who have you been going out, or who you told me you're going out with Scotty and your brother Dom. And what does fishing do for you? I mean, does it tell us?
That's literally a big smile on my face. Fishing's been a big way to be just away from everything. Like I've always had fighting to step away from things, but I think fishing, especially with my little brother Dominic, man, him and then my father-in-law Scotty are the top fishermen I know. And the times where I go out with them, it's always a great time. Like that one was probably the last time out catching some Dorado, and then I got my first sea bass with him last year as well. So Yeah, no, and then my little brother is just a tuna legend, or a tuna
Really?
slayer, I should say. He can get on any boat, any charter, and he's probably bringing in the most and the biggest fish every time.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I
There
love fishing too. So hopefully, when you come back in the summer for or whenever you come back, and maybe we go out and charter a boat here locally. I know you said you like to go out of San Diego, but there's fish out there by Catalina. I've caught a few.
Yeah, my little brother has his friends that run the Liberty. It's a charter out of San Diego, and the only one I've been on really, and that I recommend. And if anybody can get on the water with either my dad, my brother, or father-in-law, they're with the right group.
Very good. All right. Well, before we go, is there anything you'd like to say to the big Speedway or small Speedway community that I'm able to get to? I think we only got 2 viewers out there, but tell the 2 viewers, tell the 2 viewers anything you want everybody to know about what that I haven't asked you.
I just want everyone to know that I'm going to do one more of those practice days at Paris Raceway on Sunday the 26th. So if anybody finds an interest in that, give me a message on Facebook or give me a text and come out and let's have some fun. And it's going to be literally a week before I leave. So be my last time to see everybody. And then anybody that comes out, I'm more than happy to help out and be on the track with them and give any advice I can.
Great, great. And while you're away, how can people stay in contact with you if they want to watch your progress? How can they do that?
There would be the Facebook Gino Manzares Racing page that was just made not too long ago. So I believe that all the updates will be on there. So if anybody wants to know how things are going, they'll be able to follow. And then the family and friends that I have over there, that I'm sure they're going to be posting clips of each night racing. So everybody's going to see glimpses of what I'm trying to do.
Very good. Well, everybody, you want to stay in touch with what Gino Manzares is doing. Like he said, look at his Facebook page, Gino Manzares Racing. I will try to post some things or share them off of that on the XSRA TV. And may I ask you one more thing? Can I possibly get an interview with you while you're overseas to tell us how things are going? Would you mind?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Just got to know that we're 9 hours ahead, so you got to stay up or wake up.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I can do one of those. I can stay up or wake up any time of the week. But I really would like to speak to you while you're over there and keep everybody informed, and so that us Americans over here can follow the guys while they're overseas. I know that that's a big thing. When guys leave, they tend to forget them, or they wonder where they're at. Well, I got a platform right now where we can keep people informed, and that's what I hope to do for all of you, including you, Gino Manzares.
Really appreciate that. Thank you.
You got it. You got it. How about you, Eddie?
Yeah, we need to hear what you guys are doing over there. We don't get enough coverage to know what's happening with our guys that are over there when they're spread out all over the place over there. All the miles and hours they do to get to those tracks compared to here is twice as hard over there.
Right.
So good luck with all that. I wish you the best over there, and I wish you just do great over there.
Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate you.
Right on.
Right.
Appreciate that.
Okay, everybody, this is it for episode 16 of Speedway Chat Live. I can hear the rain coming down at the window right here. And I think it's just the biggest, wettest, rainy time we got here. Gino, stay warm over there. The California boys just don't like the cold.
It'll be all right. I'll make sure I got my wellies on.
With your willies and your long underwear and everything on. Anyway, all right, everybody. Until the next episode of Speedway Chat Live, this is episode 16, and I'll see you and Eddie Castro at the track. All right, bye, guys.
Yeah.
All right. What a wonderful, wonderful interview with Gino Manzares. If you missed it, tell your friends, watch it on Facebook as a repeat, watch it on YouTube as a repeat. And I thank everybody. I need 3 more subscribers for YouTube, just 3 more of you lovely people out there. And I'll have 1,800 subscribers. That just helps out, helps the channel out and helps more people see what is happening in Southern California and in America with Speedway. Hey, and out there, Texas, if you're listening, you got your ears on, let me know what you're doing. I'd love to talk to you about that and let more people know what's going on out there. I saw Aaron Fox had put something on there about maybe some California riders going out there. He's a good guy to work with. Suzette, I see you right there. I hope you enjoyed the interview. But all right, everybody, until next Speedway Chat Live, I'm Ken McKinney, your XSRA Extreme Speedway Racing Action producer, saying see you at the track.